Okay, well, hello everyone. It's Profesor Cañedo here with you once again, and it's time for another fun-filled nuts and bolts video for you. All right, in this one, I want to go ahead and say a few things about the EBSCO article review assignment. So this is going to be the second main assignment that you have to turn in for the session, second after the video review assignment, and then the next nuts and bolts video. Actually, there'll be two videos about that, at least two. I'll talk quite a bit more at length about the Daughter of Fortune project, the combined video project and the character sketch essay. So I'll have that ready to go for you coming up toward the end of the second week. So a few days after you see this video about the EBSCO assignment, then the video or the videos about the Daughter of Fortune stuff, those will be coming your way. All right, now in this particular assignment, like with the video review assignment, you're also going to be exploring the databases at the Grossmont College Library website. But unlike the like with a video assignment in which you were going to the Films on Demand database, you'll be using the EBSCO database for this assignment. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go into the assignment section, and then we'll take a look at the worksheet together. This one's going to be due just a week after the video review assignment is due, so on Friday, July 15th. This particular assignment is due, and like with the video review assignment, there will be a late option so that if you don't have it ready to submit on Friday the 15th, don't worry about it. You can send it in anytime, anytime up to Friday July 22nd, and get a I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Make that Thursday, July 21st, because I believe that the 21st is actually the technical due date. I'm sorry, the end date for the summer session. So Thursday, July 21st is the final due date, the final deadline for any late EBSCO papers. And like with any late video review assignment, there will be a 1 grade deduction assessed to your work. So again, it's very important if you want to get the full credit for the assignment. Make sure you get it into me by Friday the 15th. All right, I've got the PDF, I've got the worksheet all queued up and ready to go, so let's go and take a look at it, and then we'll get into EBSCO right after that. All right, now in this one, you're to choose an article about any topic within the scope of the class. We've got a wide range of subjects to choose from. And I have just a sample listing here: slavery, the Civil War, the U.S.-Mexico War, colonial America, or if you want to take a look at certain presidents, so whether it's people like, say, Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln. And of course, any of the founding fathers of Washington, Jefferson, Adams, Hamilton, the usual suspects. You can definitely focus in on a personality. So anything and everything that's within the scope of the class, by all means, you can explore that for your paper. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that when you find your article, when you find your article from EBSCO, you've got to make sure that your article is from a journal that I've authorized for the assignment. In other words, from a magazine that's authorized for the assignment. And what I have right here is a list of 6 journals, 6 periodicals, or 6 magazines, if you will, that you can choose from. You have the Journal of American Studies, Journal of American History, American Historical Review, Journal of the Early Republic, American 19th Century History, and Ethnohistory, which I added on to the assignment for the class. I think it was about a couple of semesters ago. So I think it was either the fall of a 15th semester or spring 15 in which I added this. So that's why you note that this has an asterisk instead of a bullet point, unlike these previous 5. But any of these 6 journals or magazines, that's that's the parameters. That's the limit in terms of limiting your search, restricting your search. And I'll explain further in terms of how to make sure that your article is from one of these 6 journals. When you find your article, please let me know what it is. You can send a copy of your article to Messages for Professor, or send it to my email, or just copy and paste the abstract or the entry of the of the article, copy and paste it to messages for professor, and then send that to me. Um, so in other words, what I'm saying is that you don't really have to send me the copy of your article per se, but just let me know what your article is. That's more than suitable too. So I'll leave it to your discretion. Whatever you want to do, just let me know before too long what article you want to use for this assignment. Make sure your article is at least 8 pages in length, and I'll tell you how to ensure that your article is that length in just a few moments here. Again, here's the due date. There's the instructions about any late papers, and like with the video review assignment, make sure your paper is 5 to 7 pages in length. And like with the video review assignment, please use both a title page and a works cited page. Make sure that your paper is double spaced, and this will count as 20% of your final class grade. For your works cited page, whatever format that's comfortable in terms of the listing of your journal, whatever you've used in the past for previous classes, go ahead and use that format too. But here's a sample format that you can use for your works cited page, in which you have in which you start with the name of the article, the name of the author, the journal that it's from, and then the publication information, that is what month and year, volume, issue, and the pages. So this is a standard format that I remember using from classes that I had way back in UCSD back in the late 1980s. So maybe this is more of an outdated format too. So whatever is more, I guess, modern or contemporary that you've used in your classes, by all means, go ahead and use that format as well. Okay, as for the content of your paper, it's essentially comparable to what you're going to be doing for the video review assignment. I want 2 main points of discussion for your paper. In the first half of your paper, give me a summary of the main points that the author is trying to convey to the reader, that is you. Mention what type of article this is, if it's a book review article or a original research. Of course, what is the scope of the topic? How does the author divide his or her arguments? What research methodologies, ideas is the author trying to convey? So, in other words, try to be objective and indicate what the scope of the article is, and just to summarize, in essence, the main points that is the main ideas that the author is trying to present, is what I try to say. Okay, and then in the second half of your point of discussion, or your second point, is give me your opinion or perceptions about the article. What did you think about it? What were the strengths or the weaknesses of the article? What connections could you make with the article to what we covered in the class? So if you find an article, say, on the U.S.-Mexico War, how does how did you feel the author presented the topics about the U.S.-Mexico War compared to what was covered in the class, whether it was the Who Built America textbook, or with any PowerPoint programs? I definitely encourage you to write in the first person singular. I feel that, I believe, I thought, I got the impression that blah, 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 blah. And as a general rule of thumb, the best way to divide your arguments in terms of the split, in terms of how much summary versus commentary, I would say something in the range of, say, 60%, 40% summary versus commentary. That's a very good split. If you want to go more towards, say, like 70%, 30% commentary, that's acceptable too. In other words, you don't have to have half a summary, half commentary. Of course, since it's probably easier in which you're going to devote more time to summarizing it, then definitely spend a little bit more time summarizing it. But please make sure you give me a very good commentary. So, for example, let's say that your review comes in at 5 pages total. If you come in with, say, 3.5 total pages on a summary and 1.5 pages on your commentary, that's an ideal proportion. Something in that range would be definitely would definitely be more than acceptable. Would be excellent, actually. And like I told you with a video review assignment, work on your paragraphs. Watch those paragraphs. Please avoid very short ones and and definitely avoid very long ones. If any of your paragraphs run longer than a page, upwards of say page and a half, you're getting into some dangerous territory here. I know some colleagues who teach up in Los Angeles and Santa Monica who have directions and assignments is in that if your paragraphs run longer than a page, I will stop reading your essay and hand back your paper to you. I'm not going to be that extreme. I'm not going to be that harsh from that perspective. But if I do see evidence of that, I will definitely indicate that to you, and you're going to see the results in your EBSCO grade. So please watch those paragraphs, everybody. Don't make them too short, and definitely don't make them excessively long. Try to keep your paragraphs within the range of say roughly about half a page to maybe a little bit more than 3/4 of a page, 7/8 of a page. If you keep that consistency throughout the entirety of your paper, you'll be in good shape for a very strong grade. And like I said with a video review assignment, make your first paragraph to introduce the scope of all your arguments, what it is you're trying to present in the scope of your essay. Don't start your paper by summarizing your article immediately in the first paragraph. Save that for about your second paragraph, and at the end of the essay, use your last paragraph to express your final thoughts, observations about the topic, basically as a way to encapsulate and sum up all of your ideas and observations. All right, enough of the of all of this legal mumbo jumbo, so to speak. Let's go ahead and track down some articles. And to do that, we'll need to go into the EBSCO database, and I've already got it queued up for you right here. And of course, the way to track down EBSCO is to click the Grossmont Library database list, and that'll lead you over here to this page. So I've already got EBSCO queued up here, so just scroll down to the E section, click EBSCO, and it's going to lead you to this page here. And you notice I bypassed the section in which you enter your Grossmont ID information. So I already entered my information. So like what you're doing in tracking down the video for your video review assignment. Just enter in your Grossmont information, your ID, your password, and you're good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and track down some articles, and let's see what kind of things that we can find. Let's say, okay. Well, first off, let's go back to the sample that I had listed here. Actually, it's over in this tab here. The sample I had listed here is about the Great Awakening, which of course is a very instrumental religious revival movement in about the early to middle parts of the 18th century. The Great Awakening was instrumental in, you might say, setting the groundwork for, of course, the revolutionary period in terms of questioning authority, breaking away from established church doctrine, things of that nature. So that type of breaking away mentality, which of course echoes the Protestant Reformation, this movement in the colonies definitely paved the way for what we would see in the 1760s and, of course, the 1770s, with, of course, the onset of the American Revolution. So let's say some of you are interested in that, and I'll go ahead and type that here in your here in the EBSCO search box. So let's type in Great Awakening. And in terms of search modes, let's go with a Boolean phrase. That's a classic search mode. And we want a full text article, so we want to make sure we get access to articles that are completely full. That is, full-length articles, not just abstracts, but the entire thing that you can, of course, download and take a look at. We want scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Of course, these are journals which are cross-checked by colleagues across the country. So if there's a professor from, say, Cal State Northridge has a really good new research on the U.S.-Mexico War and about the policies of President Polk, and before her work is published. The article is then sent to colleagues in places like the University of Washington, Michigan State, Texas Tech, Columbia University, Penn State, you get the idea, and then they write back and say, yes, Professor Velasquez has great new scholarship. She is an up-and-coming scholar. I look forward to seeing more and more of her work, blah, 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 that type of thing. So that's what I mean by peer-reviewed. It's stuff that's cross-checked by colleagues, by other professors from across the country, and across the world for that matter. Okay, and then other limiters that we want, let's make sure that we want to find a periodical. So periodical essentially means academic journal or academic magazine. And number of pages, we want to make sure that our articles um, are 8 pages. So to do that, let's shift the number of pages. Let's drop this down to greater than and type in a 7. So of course you remember from elementary school math, 8 is greater than 7, so just make sure that you indicate that. So looks like we're ready to go. Can we go ahead and start searching and see what we can find in with a Great Awakening? Not just yet. We still have one minor detail left to finish off. And if we go back here in this section where it says publication, that means is what it's asking you is that what journal do you want to explore, or what magazine do you want to explore? Because keep in mind, everybody, EBSCO is a database which holds a lot of articles, but the articles are held within journals, or essentially magazines. I've had a number of individuals over the semesters get confused with the terms database, journal, and article. Article is the actual thing you're going to be reading, but articles are housed within magazines, or in this case, journals. Of course, in modern times, since print, since I guess people don't really use a lot of print sources that much anymore compared to when I was going to UCSD and San Diego State from the mid to late 80s up into the mid 1990s when I was in graduate school. Everything, of course, is more electronic now, so I think people tend to get confused as to what journals actually are. But journals are the actual magazines, and EBSCO is the database which contains all of the magazines. So just beware that. Try to keep that symbolism or that the metaphor in mind, and that will help you understand the distinction between database, journal, and then article. And then publication is just simply another term for journal. So when I say publication, journal, and magazine, I essentially mean all in the same thing. So what we're going to do is type in the name of a publication or journal that we want to limit our search to. And if we go back here to the worksheet, I've got these 6 journals here. So what you want to do is, it's back over here. What you want to do is in publication, make sure that you type in right here any one of these 6 journals. And the sample I had here was a Journal of American History. So let's go ahead and type in Journal of American History and see what we can find. Okay, we're ready to go. So we got everything else all set. Let's click search and see what our results yield. Okay, this is new here, everybody. This is the first time I've actually seen this right here. I think what I'll let's go ahead and click EBSCO host right here. I don't remember seeing this page at this at this junction. Let's click this. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening here, everybody. So let's go ahead and just redo everything right here. Okay, periodical greater than 7, and let's try Great Awakening one more time. Yeah. There we go. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what happened where that extra page came in, but in that extra page, just make sure you click just make sure you click make sure you click make sure you click EBSCO host. Sorry, everybody, it's kind of late in the evening right now, and I got distracted by that page that just seemed to come out of nowhere. I'd never seen that page before. It just totally took me by surprise. But in any case, here we go. Here's some of the articles that have arrived, and again, we want to make sure we find something that is 8 pages or more. And unfortunately, this is a bit of a problem with EBSCO. Even when you ask for stuff that's to be a certain page length, it'll give you things much shorter than that. Because look what we have here. Like for example, this one here, only 2 pages. This one only 2 pages. This one down here. Uh, okay. Okay, this one down here isn't even the Journal of American History. It's something called the American Educational History Journal. So watch out for this, everybody. Sometimes it'll give you journals that aren't exactly what you're looking for. But this one here, this is actually the one that I've got listed in the listed as a sample. So it's Journal of American History. It's 26 pages. That definitely fits our parameters. So we're ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll, so to speak. This one appears only 2 pages, so definitely don't use this one, that one. And this one, it's 14, but look, it's from something called the Journal of African American History. I don't have that as a journal option. Maybe I might incorporate that for a future semester, a future class. But I'm not going to do that here. So definitely, this is something that you definitely want to avoid. But for sure, this one here by Frank Lambert, that's the one that fits our parameters. So you can go ahead and you go ahead and use that. So I think that you're pretty much covered, everybody. So I do apologize for the little bit of the hiccup, the bump in the road, so to speak. But hopefully the rest of the video is tells you everything you need to know. Again, when you're putting in your search parameters, whether it's your topic, the pages, the full text option, make sure in the publication you write in, and this is very important. You write in any one of these 6 journals, and when you do that, you'll be ready to go. You'll be ready to rock and roll, so to speak, and get this get this thing off the ground. All right, everybody. So that's it. That covers it from here. So I'll have more nuts and bolts stuff coming soon, talking about the Daughter of Fortune project. All right, everyone. That's it for now. I'll definitely see you guys with more videos as the session unfolds.